I've spoken in the past about connecting or reconnecting with your passion from earlier life or from your current life, and I am going to talk to you more about that today because it's highly relevant for your confidence. In the meantime, to give you a quick start to elevating your self-confidence, click on the link below for my free self-confidence guide. There's a fun quiz in there, the answers to which will guide your next levels of self-confidence. Now, back to passion. I moved house recently and I needed a bookcase, the one behind me. So I did a bit of online research and I had a look to see what would work, and I found the ideal case, what was ideal for me, on Wayfair. The bookcase arrived, it weighed a lot in the box, and it came with an instruction manual. So I was going to put this bookcase together. Looking at the size of this box, which was way taller than me, and this weight of the box, which I couldn't lift up on my own, I needed help and a trolley and lots of pushing and pulling to get this box off the trolley into my place. I was afraid. I was very afraid that I would start to install this bookcase and it just wouldn't work, and it would just be this half-installed thing just lying around my house. And so I did the best avoidance and procrastination that I think I have ever done. I'm actually quite proud of this. I speak about not avoiding stuff and about not procrastinating, but the way I went about this in some kind of ironic, humorous way, I'm quite proud of. So, in the best avoidance that I've ever managed to achieve so far, I think, I decided on the day that I'm supposed to be installing these shelves, I've set a day aside with my work and with my other commitments, I decided to go for a jog. I decided after 4 years, to put this into context here, after 4 years of not running, of only going to the gym, of doing yoga, walking, I decided I'd get back into running. And so I did. About, whatever time it was in the morning, I decided to go for a run. And then I came back and I drank a coffee, slowly. And then I ate a sandwich, very slowly. And then, well, the day was getting away from me and I ran out of excuses. If you can call going for a run after 4 years of not running a good excuse, well, I was out of them. And so I started. I unpacked everything, laid it all out, and followed the instruction manual, which, thank you Wayfair, was excellent. And I got to building the bookcase. And as I said, you see it behind me. And I'm really proud of it. I mean, it took me 6 hours to do. I've never done anything like this before. And I felt this huge sense of achievement. And I felt a lot of joy. By the time I'd finished, I was telling everyone. People I'd meet in the hallway, people I'd meet downstairs of where I live, and I was showing them photos and I was telling strangers about this amazing achievement, and on it went. And then that evening, when I finally sat down and I decided to chill out in front of Netflix for a bit, I've got into a show called Hometown. It's where a lovely couple from a place called Laurel, Mississippi, go and refurbish entire houses in the town of Laurel. And the husband of this couple, he's, amongst lots of other things, he's an extremely talented carpenter, and he's got this beautiful workshop where on this particular show, he got some, reclaimed wood? Yeah, that's right, reclaimed wood, I think that's what it's called. And he put together this beautiful piece for the client that they were refurbishing the home for. And it reminded me that when I was a kid, I used to love what we called then woodwork. In other words, carpentry, but I suppose carpentry is more of a kind of formal thing, and woodwork's what they call it at school. And I remembered that I made all these lovely little pieces that I was so proud of, and I can picture now to this day this beautiful train set that I had made out of wood, every single little piece put together myself as, a below 10-year-old, depending, because I know what school I went to when this happened, and I left that school when I was about 10, so I was younger than 10 at the time. And I was so proud of it, and I loved it, and I still love that train. I don't know what's happened to it, but I can visualize it, and that's good enough for me. And the reason I'm telling you all of this is that rediscovering that passion for working with wood gave me so much joy, reconnected me with an earlier life childhood passion, and that joy and that passion has since infused into my work as a coach, a speaker, and a healer. So All that kind of yay from building the bookcase has given me this extra fire in the actual work that I do now, in what I'm pursuing right now, in my chosen vocation right now. So, once you've downloaded your free self-confidence guide, here's your other invitation for today. And click on the link below to download the guide. Here's your invitation for today. Tap back into an earlier life passion, maybe into a current life passion that you've been pushing aside because you've got so many other things going on. If it's an earlier life passion, you may have even forgotten that you have it, like I did. Maybe this is your reminder. Tap back into that, have a go at whatever that thing is. Feel the joy that comes from reconnecting with something that you really love doing, and then see how that elevates your confidence in other areas of your life, because it will. By building the shelving unit, I feel more confident, more empowered, and I have this huge sense of achievement. And so I want you to give that a go and see what happens. Let me know in the comments below, what's your passion and what are you going to do to pursue it? And then download your free self-confidence guide. If you haven't done so already, click on the link below and the guide will be yours in your inbox. And you'll also get my weekly newsletter where you'll get even more free tips on self-confidence. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.